Right, so in video 1678 we made an oil heater, and of course we made it from junk, and it does raise the question, is it any good or is it a pile of trash? So I thought I'd compare it, and what I've done is I've gone out and bought this. This is a greenhouse heater, and it's about the same size and capacity as the one that we actually made, so reasonable comparison. Right, let's get it out of the box. Okay, so that's it out of the box, and there are, well, 4 components, and here we've got the reservoir. It is essentially a biscuit tin with a hole in it, and here is the chimney, which is a really light gauge. In fact, all of this stuff is light gauge. And there's the burner head. The burner head actually is not complicated. I'm gratified to see that it's actually wick driven. There's a couple of wicks, and these just drive the wick up and down. And in the burner head, we've got a recess for the chimney, so the chimney fits on there. And then you see there's some pretty pattern of air holes where the air can go in there. So it's very, very similar to an argand lamp. I mean, you've got the airflow going outside, pulled up by the chimney. You've got a wick separation, so they will have some airflow between those 2 wicks for sure. And it is really just an argand lamp. Okay, so clearly I've been trying it, turned it off so I could light it for you, and pretend I'm doing it for the first time. So let's do that. Let's light this! Okay, there she blows. Put the chimney on. Give that a chance to heat up. So why bother with doing that? Actually, there's a key point to take away. You might have noticed how simple that was. And that's often the way it is with product. Product is very simple when you take it apart, and there's a very good reason for that. Because when you add process, you add cost. If you add cost, you make the thing unviable. Equally, when you add process and components, you add points of failure. When you do that, you make the thing unworkable. So industry always drives to simplicity. As long as it can do the task, what task is performed with the least number of components and processes will lead to the cheapest product, will lead to us buying it and being happy. Anything else gets too complicated, maintenance is too high, and the product cost is too high, so it doesn't get bought. So industry always drives towards simplicity. There's something that happens when you make it. When you make it, you tend to drive towards complexity, which is great, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it does have a result. The result is you either tend not to make it because you've made it too complicated and it's beyond your skill level, or when you make it, it doesn't work because there are too many failure points and you don't recognize where it is failing. So the thing to do is when you're making something, set your objective for your make. So we wanted a heater, something we could light and would give out heat in a relatively efficient way, and that's what we made. So it's no surprise it was simple. It's no surprise that it competed well with the commercial product. Actually, it was a bit better and a bit better made and cheaper, but none of that's a surprise because we kept that in mind and we made it as simple as possible. Once making that work, we can then add to it. So for instance, I might want to put a coil around it to heat water. That would be something that I would add after I've got the primary thing working. So if you're trying to overcomplicate before you do your first build, what will happen is really you'll either never make it because it's far too complicated, or when you make it, it won't work and you won't know why it's not working. So the important issue here is drive for simplicity. Then you'll get something that works. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the comparison. It is certainly true what we made was better than what we bought. It is certainly true what we made was cheaper than what we bought, and it is certainly true what we made performed better than what was bought. But the key issue to take away is keep it simple. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and please do remember to like and subscribe.